One of the most meaningful moments to me was when I was looking after my stepfather, who was in need of end-of-life care. And at that time, it meant a lot of trips to the care home. It meant being there for my family a lot, and also grieving as well. So, you can imagine what that would be like, as well as going to work and everything that's needed and all that energy that's needed to cope with that stage in your life. It's hard. And I came back from that time after my stepdad had passed away, and I just found my employer and my leaders at that time, so Robert Hicks and Doug Butler, who was CEO, really listened and empathised and understood what that impact would be on somebody. We had those feedback loops to be able to give leadership team that kind of insight. And what came of it was a 3-month family leave benefit. So anybody in the business who would be taking care of somebody who was terminally ill in their family, or in long-term sick, or, as I say, end-of-life care, those situations, anybody going through that would be given 3 months fully paid leave to be able to be there for their family at that time and fully concentrate on just that. So yeah, that was very meaningful to me, and it's something that will stick with me my whole life.
Nick and team, moments that matter. What an incredible initiative you're running. Thinking of my 22 years in work, there have obviously been some landmark moments. Joining the business, being promoted in the business, having a couple of weeks off, having just been married, so all the joy and celebration that goes from that, having the birth of 2 kids and support that you feel from co-workers and leaders makes a massive difference. So actually how you emotionally connect to your work. But I would say biggest moment that mattered most to me, I was 30 years old. At that point, I felt indestructible, on top of the world. I was in a secure position at work, loving life. Everything was in balance. And I suffered a debilitating back injury, which laid me out for many months, and then ultimately led to some surgery and some time out. And it was a very specific moment in which I knew that I had to have surgery to rectify the issue, and I would be out of action for a sustained period of time. And the reaction I got from the then CEO of the business was incredible, compassionate, full of genuine care and concern, but reassuring that I had nothing to worry about, that they would look after the team and they would look after the work, and that ultimately my priority was to look after myself and then my family. And that was 10 years ago, give or take, and I still reflect on the levels of just emotion and genuine care that leader gave me at the moment that mattered most.
My name is Summer, and the story or the moment that mattered to me at work the most is one where I was working for a previous employer, and me and my team were working to launch a core product for the business. Basically, the business's success depended upon the successful launch of this product. And this was pre-pandemic, so, everybody was in the office, and I just remember all of us coming together and, just not just delivering this product within the office in London, but I remember working quite a few late nights and some weekends even, which I know when you hear it now sounds so old school or traditional, and there's a new way of working now. But with this new remote or hybrid way of working, the one thing I do miss is that sort of in-person, collective sort of effort that you can visibly see. Even though I'm a fan of remote working, I do definitely miss that. And I just remember all of us having lunches and dinners together within the office, meeting this deadline, socializing, joking with one another, and really just helping each other get to the end of the line, because obviously it is very stressful. And through that, the team members are now not just previous co-workers, they're friends of mine, really close friends of mine, and we can't wait till we work together again. When we meet each other, it's like we never left, and I just think it's a memory that I will never forget.
Hi, I'm Molly Johnson-Jones, the CEO and co-founder of Flexer, the platform where every flexible company gets discovered. It's also incredibly hot, so apologies for the state of me. Really interesting question around moments that matter, I think, particularly as I run a business with two other co-founders as well. So during our journey of 3.5 years of running Flexer, there have been a lot of moments that have really, really mattered. I think the one that really stands out in my mind is when we did our first Flexer 100 awards ceremony. So that is where we awarded the companies that have scored the best in our flexibility verification. We ended up with a 250-person turnout at our in-person event. We had to turn a few people away at the door because we were over capacity. And I got to give a speech in front of all of our amazing clients with the whole team, the whole Flexer team, all 17 of us there as well. And for me, that was a moment where I realised that we had created something really quite remarkable. And we're making a difference to over 1.5 million people kind of all around the world. And while obviously I do get to kind of live and breathe that every day, seeing that come to life in an in-person awards event after building a company through COVID, that was really a moment that mattered to me.
I would say that one of the moments that mattered the most to me at work was when I hosted a webinar for our customers and also our prospective customers. And in the chat side function, it was just popping off. There were so many messages from people saying that they were really enjoying the content, but also they were connecting together, and just being able to facilitate that and see people living their best life truly made me happy.
Hi there, I'm Catherine. I'm an independent HR consultant. And the moments that matter for me at work are when clients get in touch to say thank you. It doesn't need to be for anything huge. Often it's the smallest tasks that to us as HR professionals might not seem like a big deal. But for that particular client, it's something they've been stressed about, something they've maybe been losing sleep about. And to hear that we've made a difference to their day and to their lives to an extent, means the world to me and makes the job worth doing and makes all of the stresses of being a business owner worthwhile. I had a lovely message from a client earlier this week saying, "Happy birthday, you legend." And that absolutely made my day. They're a small client. I don't do a lot of work for them. The things I've done to me don't seem like a big deal, but have obviously made a big difference for them. So knowing that I've made a difference and getting a bit of recognition and thanks for that, they're the moments that really matter to me and make some of the harder parts of HR worthwhile.
The moment that mattered most to me was definitely the flexibility to change my schedule when I came back from maternity leave. I had a completely different idea of work before I went on maternity leave, and I knew kind of halfway through my maternity leave that my priorities had changed, and I just knew that I didn't want to work full-time when I came back, but I wasn't quite sure about part-time. And so I discussed it with Nick and the rest of the team, and they said, go away and think about it and tell us what would work. So I went and spoke to my partner, because he's full-time at home with our son. And I came back to the team and I said, I want to work midday till 6, Monday to Friday. So rather than doing an 8-hour day, I'd like to do a 6-hour day. And they said, yeah, let's try it. If it works, it works. And if it doesn't, let us know. And we can try something different. And it has worked. It's been amazing. I know that every morning I get to spend it with my son. It was an absolute sigh of relief for me, knowing that I wasn't going to miss out on him growing and learning new things, and that I still got to do something with him when I wanted to. We can go to a baby group, swimming, just chill at home, whatever it might be. I just know that I could do something with him every day and I don't have to miss out on him growing up.
Hi, I'm Shelby Fuller. I'm a communication and engagement specialist for NAHL Group PLC. My best work moment has to be the end of year party last year where I won the Group Positive Contribution Award. This was presented to me by the CEO at the party in front of everyone, received lots of cheers as well, but it was incredibly shocking for me and became such a moment stuck in my mind because part of my role involves organising the party itself, ordering the awards, creating the presentation, and helping with the speeches. And I had been told someone else had won this award, so that I didn't know, had created a presentation with their photo on it and printed an award with their name on it. So when James, our CEO, went off script and started saying wonderful things about me, I was incredibly shocked, cried some happy tears in front of everyone, and was very concerned that my presentation showing the person's photo was going to be wrong. But my lovely colleague who was sat at the laptop had been incredibly sneaky, not only to order the award with my name on it, but they'd changed the presentation, and that was why they wanted the job of managing the presentation on the night. So yeah, incredibly memorable, happy, proud moment, and really shocking too as well. So yeah, that was my best work moment so far. Thanks.
Favourite moments at work? Well, first one for me is we carried out a management buyout last year, with myself becoming a majority shareholder along with my colleagues Andy, Amy and Hayley. That's a massive moment for me personally, as I've been with the company for 13 years and I've now got the opportunity to continue to grow the business and the opportunity to allow the Swans to be nurtured and to flourish and to have the careers that they've always wanted here in the energy space. Second one for me is, let's be fair, anytime we get to win an award. People joke, but Indigo Swan do love a good award, and we're very proud for the awards that we've won over the years, and being able to go to these different ceremonies and celebrate that success with the guys that ultimately make it possible, which is the team, through their hard work and dedication, is always extremely rewarding, and a moment that myself and anyone that gets the opportunity to be there on the night will always remember and will always treasure, whatever the award. So yeah, they're my two things. Taking charge of the ship that is Indigo Swan, and celebrating the successes with one of my wonderful colleagues and friends. That's it. Thanks.
Working for a remote-first business, the moment that really matters most to me in our work environment is that moment when we all come together in person. We've got a team that is based globally, therefore we're super lucky that we can connect every day over video. But really, those special moments around collaboration and getting to know each other really come when we meet up in person. So when we have that opportunity, that is the moment that matters most to me.
The moment that mattered the most to me is when a leader came up to me and said, I love giving you projects. You take them and I know you'll deliver. It makes my life so easy. I can trust you. And that moment blew my mind. There's someone loved what I was doing and they trust me. And I always try now to make sure I use those words to share that feeling. So I always talk to people about loving what they're doing and trusting what they do.